In this Golf Smart Insight, I'm going to share with you a really quick story that's going to help you, when you have a bad day on the range, stay a little bit more positive. So this week I had a student who I've been working with kind of all winter, and he came in, I got a text after a practice he had on Sunday, and it was kind of like, I need to meet ASAP, complete disaster. We got out on the range, and during warm-ups, he probably hit 10 of the best shots I've ever seen him hit. And he was like, you know, holy cow, like, why the heck can I do this now and I couldn't do that on Sunday? And so what I did was I just helped him process the data. I said, what was going on Sunday? He was like, you know, I was hitting these big hooks, I was hitting them fat. I said, okay, about what time in the day were you practicing? He looked at me a little funny, but most of my students entertain when I started asking these questions. So I asked him, what time of day were you practicing? And he said, okay, you know, 3, 4 p.m., kind of when I normally do. I said, okay, normally following a day of work, you haven't done much physical. What did you do prior to practicing? And he said, he thought about it and he said, well, you know, my wife and I went on a 90-minute walk, and then I ran a bunch of errands, so I was just kind of out moving. And I was like, okay, so is it possible that right now you're hitting the ball great because your legs are fresh, and so they're doing kind of their normal and they're not being limited by fatigue, where on Sunday when you were practicing, they were limited by fatigue, and so you started to overuse your back, which was causing more early extension, which caused a little bit of back pain. It also caused the path that was going more in to out and caused the club to release sooner, which is why you were hitting fat hooks. And he had one of those kind of aha moments where it was like, yeah, you know, I didn't magically forget how to swing. I just didn't know how to compensate for tired legs. And so what we did was we worked on a strategy to try to help him if he starts feeling back pain, if he starts feeling tired legs, what's a drill he can do to kind of reinvigorate or to kind of connect his arms to his body a little bit better. But what I'd leave you with, and what I'd like to challenge you to do, is anytime that you have kind of a little drop where you have one big performance breakdown, start looking at the other factors. Did you sleep poorly? Did you eat poorly? Are you more dehydrated? Are you more fatigued? Are you worried about what's going on at work? All these little things can and will affect your day-to-day performance, which is part of the reason why golf has such big variances between your good days and your bad days, because the difference between a good shot and a bad shot is really only a few degrees or a few kind of microseconds of timing. So it's important to kind of work on having this consistent approach, and if you can figure out how these little things affect your game, it'll help you develop a better long-term strategy, and it'll help you just deal with the frustrations of, hey, you know what, I had a bad day today. It doesn't mean I'm going to have a bad day tomorrow, because I know what I'm working on long-term will work, and I just have to kind of ride this little roller coaster until I get more consistent.